9 on screen. That number alone. Then the reveal. 9 hikers. Young, strong, experienced. In February 1959, they walked into the Ural Mountains and never walked out. Their bodies were found weeks later, scattered across the snow, some with injuries no fall could explain. Most died of hypothermia. But that is not the mystery. The mystery is this: the incident 1. By every measure, cultural grip, unanswered questions, sheer staying power, it became the benchmark for the unexplainable. That is what makes it unsettling. A single event in a remote corner of the Soviet Union now controls the system everyone else depends on. The way we think about unsolved disappearances, the way we demand answers, the way we keep digging. Picture this. February 1959, the Ural Mountains. 9 hikers step into the snow. They are not beginners. They are part of a Soviet ski hiking group. The kind that competes for the hardest routes, the kind that measures success in kilometers conquered and nights survived. The world before the incident was a world of such groups. Every club wanted its name on a new pass, a new ridge. The Dyatlov group was one of many. But they were also different. They had a plan, a simple one. Send a message back to their sports club after 3 weeks. That was the standard delay. 3 weeks long enough to reach the remote slopes, short enough to keep the club informed. So when the club heard nothing by February 20, a search party launched. That was the system, a clockwork of check-ins and rescue protocols. It worked for everyone else. But one bet changed everything. Picture this. You are lying in a tent, buried under snow, the fabric ripping apart above you. That is what happened on the night of February 1st, 1959. The avalanche did not kill them instantly. It forced them out, into the dark. Into the wind, they cut their way free, fled downhill, and left everything behind. That single event, the slab avalanche, became the moat, because without it, there is no mystery. With it, the scene makes no sense. Why would 9 experienced hikers abandon a perfectly good tent? Why would some have massive internal injuries, yet no external wounds? The avalanche explains the tent, but it does not explain the injuries. Therefore, the moat deepened. The Soviet investigators found the bodies scattered, some with crushed ribs, one missing her tongue. They ruled it a compelling natural force. That phrase became the lock. Every theory since has tried to pick it. Yet the avalanche theory, now the strongest, still leaves a gap. The injuries suggest something else, a violent force, not just snow. But the snow was violent enough. A slab avalanche can hit with the weight of a freight train. It can crush bone without breaking skin. That is the new study's claim. It is plausible, it is scientific. But 3 weeks. That's how long the hikers planned to wait before sending word back to their sports club. 3 weeks, the same time it takes for the Ural's deepest snow to settle into a silent, crushing weight. By February 20th, the silence had become a signal. A search party launched into the white expanse. They found the tent, torn from inside, footprints leading away into the dark, 9 bodies scattered across the slope. Most died of hypothermia, the slow, quiet surrender to cold, but some bore injuries no fall could explain. Crushed ribs, a missing eye, a fractured skull. The scene defied logic. For decades, the mystery controlled the narrative. Every theory, Yeti, military tests, infrasound pulled the world deeper into speculation. But the cost of that control is not just confusion, it's the inability to learn. If the cause remains unknowable, then the lesson remains unwritten. Avalanches are now the leading explanation. A slab of snow built by wind and time, collapsing in the night. A new study suggests that very mechanism. Yet even that answer leaves gaps. Why did they cut the tent from inside? Why did some flee without clothes? Therefore, the choke point is not the incident itself, it's the uncertainty that surrounds it. The system everyone depends on, the need for a clear, repeatable cause, fails here. The cost is that we cannot close the case. We cannot say this is what happened, so this is how to prevent it. The hikers' deaths remain a question mark, and that question mark controls how we remember them. Picture this. 9 bodies. One tent a mountain that keeps its secret. The avalanche theory fits the physics, but it does not fit the fear. The Dyatlov Pass incident controls the system. Everyone else depends on, not by power, but by silence. 9 hikers, dead in the snow, and the world still can't close the case. That unanswered question holds a monopoly on our attention, a puzzle that refuses to be solved. Now slow down. In 1959, a slab avalanche likely crushed their tent in the dark. The hikers fled into the freezing night, most dying of hypothermia. Some had severe injuries. The search party launched on February 20th after 3 weeks of silence. The official explanation came, but it never stuck. Why? Because the evidence was too strange, too incomplete. The avalanche theory is plausible, yet the mystery persists. And that persistence is its power. The lesson, a question left open, controls more than any answer ever could. It pulls you forward, keeps you digging, makes you return. The Dyatlov Pass incident doesn't need to be solved to dominate the narrative. It just needs to stay unsolved. That's the monopoly of the unknown, and it's everywhere. Next time we'll look at another hidden monopoly, one that runs on silence, not sound. This was the Monopoly Matrix.